At the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Minnesota Vikings. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. First and 10, Brissett dumps that off to Penny as running back. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this second and 9. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Leaves it for Penny. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it third down. From the gun, here's Brissett. And the third down pass falls incomplete. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and get a big play.
First carry now for Dalvin Cook. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Luck now on second down. Being chased out left. And Cook has it left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Next to receivers, they'll spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
Well, to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Handoff comes to Cook. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle. Jamal Sheard on the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Hurry! On second down, here's Love. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Hey, we got three.
From the gun, here's Love. Open man as Thielen is complete. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
To throw on second down is Love. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Now Love. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
The play clock getting low, so Sean Payton says let's take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On second down, here's Penny. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Hey, tight down. Flex round.
Out of the gun, Brissett. This is caught by Ginn. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And now out comes Minnesota. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
Going and telling your defense, thank you. A huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On second down, Cook. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Now a play fake here on first down. His throw at about the 5. 23 yards on the play.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Cook. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
What was that? Are you kidding me?
One man in the backfield, Murray on second and goal. Now they'll run. Murray. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Latavius Murray taking it in from a yard out. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so. They need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Brissett now on second down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Ohio, here we go. Grand 38. Ohio.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And running with power here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Well, earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
And now out comes Minnesota. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything is working pretty well. For the defensive
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, Luck. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
A shotgun snap for Luck. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
From the gun on 3rd down, Luck. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown. Minnesota. Stephon Diggs, 23 yards for the touchdown. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
After the interception, it's Love. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cornelder. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A first down throw for Brissett. Escape, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Flex round. Watch 20, check 20. Ohio, 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 Ohio. Flex round, flex round, flex round, flex round. Ohio, Ohio. Hut, hut.
Brissett sets to throw it. Dancing to his left. Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Cameron Meredith in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints are back within a score. And he's got it up and through. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Again, it's Cook. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up. Just beating the play clock is Luck. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 4th down. And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. Here's Ginn. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Again, it's Penny. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. They'll try to throw now. Brissett. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Sheldon Richardson busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Even after the penalty, still a full 7 yards to go on 3rd down. To throw, Brissett. And Ginn's got it. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Second down, Brissett. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sims. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Penny, a 1st down carry, and he stopped immediately there. Sheldon Richardson there to make the play.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A 2nd down throw for Brissett. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On 1st down, Love. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Luck. And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the return stops at the 39. Here's a give to Penny. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Andrew Sendejo in on the stop. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
Brissett. Oh, no, lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
We got 3. We got 3. Let's go. 1, 9 in.
Here's Love. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. They'll fake it. Now Love. Letting one go deep for the and Thielen's got it. Touchdown Vikings. Adam Thielen, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And he knocks. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
A second down throw for Brissett. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On third down, Brissett. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to fourth down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Flex round! Flex round! Play. Ohio!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Everson Griffin in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. They'll run with Cook. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? From the gun, here's Love. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a fourth pick of the game. And now fourth down. The kick by Carlson is good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, and on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Saints on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4.
Ohio! Let's go! Ohio! 38! Ohio! Red 38! Flex round! Flex round!
Out of the gun, Brissett. He finds Beckham complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Brissett now 9 of 17 through the air.
Ohio!
Brissett again. Over the middle to Beckham. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the play. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Anderson and to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
They start the drive with Cook. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They run it again with Cook. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 5 yards on the pickup. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Block on 3rd down. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And Hill running right through it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The 13 yards that time at a first. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. One final shot. They'll look to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough way for it to end.